Hello, everyone. Welcome to my bold and the beautiful gossip channel. I hope you're all having an amazing day. Before we dive into today's content, make sure to hit that subscribe button and show some love by giving this video a thumbs up. At Forrester Manifestations, Eric faces Carter and expresses, "See you," remaining behind this work area and attempting to persuade yourself you really have a place there. Carter tells Eric he comprehends that he's bombshell. Eric says he has no clue about the thing he's inclination. They thought of him as a component of their loved ones. Carter says he's not a Forrester, and that is the main name that made a difference around there until now. Edge desires Justin to follow through with something, but he can't. Carter is currently the individual responsible for Forrester Manifestations, Edge Justin BNB. In Forrester's salon, Zen stacks things on a table as Will comes in. Zen makes sense of their sending the expectation for what's to come tests to the vault. They realize something significant is happening in the chief office and tell Elektra as much when she goes along with them. Elektra makes sense of she was simply on her way up there with some adornments. Zen prompts her against it. In any case, Will says Pam has the workplace on lockdown. They don't have any idea what's happening, yet at the same it's bad. Zen says Justin hairdresser went in there. That can't be great. He takes note of there's been such a lot of progress around there. He considers what's straight away. At the lodge, Trust lets Brooke know that it's valid and Carter is with the Forresters as they talk. Brooke murmurs, along these lines, "This is truly occurring." Carter is the new head of Forrester. Trust rehashes that it's true. Steffi and Edge at this point not run the organization. Brooke struggling with handling this and considers how Trust could be a piece of it. Trust says they're doing it since it's best for the organization. Brooke says Forrester is Edge's inheritance. Trust fights that they ought to all be essential for that inheritance. On the off chance that Steffi terminated Thomas or RJ, Edge would have interceded. Since they are Edge's kids, and I'm not. It's straightforward as can be. Brooke realizes she feels violated, yet that doesn't mean this is your specialty. It's gone excessively far. Trust says Steffi got what she needed, and in doing as such, she disregarded them both. Carter will write that off base. He's battling for every one of them, for anybody there who has felt disregarded or underestimated. How could you not understand what Carter is attempting to do and regard that? Don't you see what an astounding man he is? Brooke Trust BNB. At the prison, Luna tells Bill she can't accept he's really there. She grins, "You read my letters." Bill states, "Contrary to what I would usually prefer." Luna goes after his hand, however he pulls away. She says he was the main individual he felt would comprehend. Bill says it's an extremely challenging request. Luna believes they're indistinguishable. He's done awful things and had terrible things done to him. Perhaps you won't pass judgment on me? She guarantees she's embarrassed about what she's finished and can't snooze there. All she sees is Tom and Hollis' appearances. "I'm not a beast." She says it was like an unexplainable encounter and continued to think, "That is not me." She felt as such a ton as a youngster when her mother brought irregular men home to take drugs. Assuming she made enough of an effort, she could imagine it wasn't her there. That's what you grasp, don't you, Bill? She demands the things she did weren't her. In Forrester's fundamental office, Carter lets the Forresters know this doesn't need to be confrontational. Steffi lets him know this is the meaning of an unfriendly takeover. Edge inquires as to whether he really figures things will simply return to typical. Eric says he ought to have terminated him when he pursued his significant other. They pardoned him since they cherished and regarded him. "This is the way that you reimburse me? With selling out?" Justin repeats that Carter runs the LLC and, subsequently, the organization. Carter tells Eric he's not throwing him out. Edge laughs at how benevolent that is. "Thank you." Carter grumbles that he decreased Brooke to a worker. "In the event that you will not shield Brooke, I will." Eric roars that he's constantly approached Brooke with deference. Steffi says this isn't about Brooke, it's about trust. "It's all since you believe you're enamored with trust." Eric Steffi Carter BNB. At the prison, Luna lets Bill know how safe she felt in his home. So safeguarded, similar to nobody could at any point hurt her once more. She was unable to return to her previous lifestyle. That's what you grasp, don't you? Bill gestures. Luna reviews that he informed him things regarding how he grew up, and he never betrayed her since he understood what it was like. I at last felt like somebody perceived the truth about me, and I saw you.
Wounds, what not?
At the lodge, Brooke tells Trust she appreciates Carter going to bat for her. Steffi never ought to have terminated her or dropped her line. Trust says he's simply attempting to take equity and decency back to the organization. Brooke calls attention to there was no equity or reasonableness in him inspiring them to sign those papers. Honey, he took Forrester manifestations from them.
That isn't equity.
Trust says nobody constrained them to sign. Brooke counters that it was dishonest. Trust gripes they weren't great pioneers. Carter is simply attempting to safeguard the trustworthiness of Forrester manifestations. In the primary office, Steffi tells Carter they were a decent group, and she regarded him. According to he, until you didn't. Eric protests. Is this piece of him needing to transform Forrester into an extravagance brand? Steffi says Trust turned him against them. Carter volleys that he can have an independent perspective. Steffi inquires, then how could you not see that she's utilizing you? Since she is. She said that she adores you, yet it is only a demonstration to get what she needs. Carter, you are more intelligent than this. Stop this before it's past the point of no return. Eric Justin BNB. At the prison, Luna reminds Bill he told her they were raised by wolves. He snorts, we needed to fight for ourselves. Luna can't bear him believing she's a beast. She cries that perhaps he can have somewhat understanding or absolution. We're more similar than you understand. In the lodge, Brooke tells Trust she realizes that it feels better for somebody to support her, yet she can't really accept that this is generally ideal for the organization. Trust fuss about Steffi once more. Carter loves Edge, Eric, and the organization. He wouldn't do this if not to guarantee the best future for the organization. This has been staggeringly severe with him. Brooke says assuming it's been so severe with him, perhaps he'll wake up and see that this isn't the most effective way to deal with this.
Brooke Trust BNB.
In the fundamental office, Carter cautions Steffi about demonizing Trust. Steffi calls attention to that this isn't him. He could never deceive his companions or associates. The main thing that has changed is Trust is a major part of his life. Carter is doing this to help the organization. According to Edge, hold tight 1 second. You fooled us into marking these papers so you had some control over the organization. Isn't that what occurred? Steffi adds, you're tied in with shielding Trust, taking her back to Forrester and reviving her line. Carter concedes that is important for his arrangement, yet it will help Forrester over the long haul. Steffi gawps, please. You are calling me out for settling on choices in view of individual sentiments. However, this is about retaliation for Trust. The lip service here. Edge is with Steffi. Trust's in Carter's mind. He can't see it, however, every other person sees it. His relationship is his business, yet they're addressing who he's become due to her. Taking Eric's business from him?
That is not what his identity is.
At any rate, he praises his companions, or he used to. He figures they ought to all party and attempt to turn around this and make everything disappear. Another opportunity to make this right. Try not to blow it.